Hello, it's Aunt Beck from Aunt Beck's Bakery. Today I'm doing a 6-tiered cake. It's lately I've noticed that I'm getting a lot of larger scale cakes with very fine piping, and it's actually turning into one of my favorite things to do. So this is 5 tiers, and they're all 4 inches tall. I do have the 6th tier, but it's not speckled yet. It's not ready for decorating. So sometimes when I'm getting cakes and I'm ordering them online, they're not always available in all the sizes and heights that I need. So I have to cut them. I have to kind of custom make them. So I do have a 14-inch, and that's here. But it is drying because it came in as a 3. It came in as a 3-inch high, but I needed to add an extra inch, so I did. And then there was a tiny gap, and so I filled the gap with spackle. So I'm waiting for that to dry. I filled it like 2 days ago, but I'm still waiting. I just need it really dry because you can get cracks or bubbles if the spackling isn't dry. And since this is the base, I want it nice and very firm, very sturdy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with these. And this is gonna be a cream color with white piping, and I'm using a straight tip. It's a small straight tip, a rose tip. Oh, sorry. This is the star tip. Star tip. And a rose tip. Just those 3. It's pretty basic. This is usually, those are the 3 that I use the most of anything else. And so I'm going to start off by painting, and I'm going to go from the bottom tier up. Since this is, the bottom tier is such a large tier, I'm just going to paint that one only and start piping on that. The smaller tiers, I could paint like 2 at a time, because I don't want the paint to dry before I get to the 2nd tier. So for now, with this 12-inch tier, I'm just going to paint just this one. I have a picture reference set up on my laptop that I can take a look at while I'm doing the design. I always mark it first with my hand as a spacer. So sometimes it's not that wide. Sometimes I just use like 3 fingers as a spacer or 2 fingers. It depends on the piping style. But a lot of my cakes are just like, I just measure by putting 4 fingers and then making the mark. I'm going to do a double straight line all the way around the cake. I always want to keep toothpicks ready just to pick up little mistakes along the way. Okay, that's the double straight swag. Then we're going to use the rose tip. And it's the narrow side facing down. This is kind of like a zigzag up and down motion. And the angle of the tip is, it's not straight towards the cake. It's like at an angle. They're almost like side by side. Now it's the star tip. And I'm going to do a double scallop teardrop on every seam. Okay, so now that it's taller, I get to stand for it. So, I always decorate in my chair, but I mean, it just depends on what size cake I'm working on. And when I worked at bakeries, I always worked at bakeries my whole life, besides restaurant waitressing, bartending. Other than that, bakeries from like the age of 20. So, but all I was going to say is that when you're a decorator, some of the bakeries will provide you with stools so you can sit, and then some do not. And so then you end up standing. I've spent a lot of years just standing in one place for 8-hour shifts, which is kind of a lot. It's a lot on your legs to just stand there for 8 hours in one spot. But I mean, usually decorators have other tasks to do too, so we're not usually just standing. But my point is, on my feet most of my life. Okay, so that was the star tip border and the rose tip in kind of a wave above that. And that is actually the narrow side facing up this time to do that. I didn't do it all the way on the bottom because between every tier there's some hot glue that I have to add. So this is actually not the bottom tier. So I showed you at the beginning of the video, there's another tier that goes underneath it. So I still have to attach it to the other tier, and then I have to hot glue the seam before I do that border. Mark the spots. This is the narrow tip facing down for this swag. Trying to do a different angle. See if it can help the camera reach where I'm piping. Back to star tip, and it's going to get a double teardrop. There is a little bead border right on the edge, but if I'm going to do the star tip border, shell border, and then there's another border on top of that, I don't want to hit it trying to get in between, so I do the bead border last. Okay, 2 more tiers, and then we're done for now until I add on the 6th large base tier. Okay, and so I'm going to do the final tier, and I think when I did that border, it was in that fast forward time lapse, so I wanted to slow down a little bit and show you how to do that. It's just a shell border first. I'm in a rose tip, the narrow part facing up. Little back and forth movement. And then for the very top, we get a shell border. So these on the side, it's like a shell border facing sideways. And on top, it's a shell border where you actually go up and down. Okay, so there's the cake, except for the bottom tier that I'm going to put on later. And, oh, I forgot a border. I forgot that bead border. So piping just takes practice and a steady hand. So, I mean, a lot of practice. Some people get it right away, but for others of us, it takes a while. Just be patient with yourself. And if it doesn't work out, you can always scrape it off and put it back in the bucket. And that goes for buttercream too. It's the same thing. If it doesn't work out, scrape it off, put it back in the bucket. Okay. So vintage style, cream and white, 6-tier, soon to be 6-tier cake. If you liked this, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll bring you more videos like this. Please let me know if this is what you want to see, if you like the fancy piping, or if you want something easier. Let me know in the comments. And if you want to request something too, you can do that. I've had some people request and I've made them videos. Okay, see you next time.